my lovey. Hi, babes. It's your girl in the cut. Just vibing. Just chill. I'm back. Y'all. So for one, I don't know if I'm going to edit this. I might just leave it how it is. Because I think I deleted CapCut because they're like new issues. Fucking terms and conditions. Something going on with CapCut and I ain't fucking with it. So I need to figure out where I'm going to start editing my videos again, which it'll be easy. But anyways, yeah. So what I initially came on this bitch because I wanted to say something about us needing to get off the internet and touch grass. Nigga, the internet, okay, first off, I need to stop cussing on my videos. It's really bad. And I don't be feeling like editing that shit out. So I don't be feeling like editing that stuff out. So I need to stop cussing, y'all. But anyways, that's what I'm saying. As y'all can see, I'm trying to get myself comfortable on camera because I ain't been on the camera in a minute. But yeah, the internet is not a real place. We need to touch grass. Like, I don't know if I've talked about this before, but the internet, hold on, put my laptop over there. But the internet gives gives a very false sense of reality, y'all. We have to get off that phone. It really is that goddamn phone. Social media, the motherfuckers who over all of this shit clearly have some agenda. They've been having agendas, but the propaganda on social media now is getting so like slick, and people are quite literally doing the work for these motherfuckers. Like the takes on TikTok, the conversations we have on TikTok, the think pieces that we get 1,000 of every fucking week on TikTok. It's just getting worse and worse and worse, and it really just looks like an agenda. Like, this is just not social media is not a good representation of real life. I can guarantee you it is not. And especially for my people, like the diaspora wars, the fucking y'all, it's too much. Like, it's too much, and we need to get off the goddamn internet and touch some grass and actually grasp a new sense of reality, because social media will have you thinking in ways that don't even really fully make sense, when in reality it's just propaganda on the fucking internet. For one, I'm figuring out how the hell I want to look on here. Anyways, I really might need to figure out how to edit this, but I don't know. I'm looking for something. Y'all know how I do. I'm looking for something because I wanted to talk about something else, but I don't fully remember. So give me a second. Okay, so I know what I want to talk about. I'm just figuring out how I'm going to talk about it because y'all know I don't really do scripts anymore. I need to start back doing that. But what I was just thinking about is how my ancestors have been so adamant about getting me to remember who I am, and getting any little it was something else on my window, any little subconscious things that I might be still telling myself to go on out. You know, it's mental, your mentality. They've really been honing in on what I tell myself and my mentality to help me push me into this next chapter of my life. But yes, that's what I want to talk about. I had this channel a really long time ago when me and my best friend, it doesn't matter what we were doing, we were under the influence, and I channel really, like, me and her both, we channel like bad when we're under the influence. And I probably should not have said that. I don't know if that was recording or not, because it said it wasn't, and then it said I didn't have it. Anyways, basically what I just said, if it didn't record, is that I channeled a while ago that they collectively got us to believe something, hence our reality. So, not saying it's all our fault, because trust me, it's not. But if they can get you to believe something, you're already just finishing the work for them. If somebody can get you to believe something about yourself, Ain't nothing else they can do. If somebody know you better than you know yourself, that's, you know what I'm saying, that's not a really good thing. They can do anything to you. And an example being, because I don't know if it recorded, I was saying how we're conditioned as black women especially, but black people, but black women especially, is that we have to work 10 times as hard, right? That's our reality. Like, that's real. That's a real thing. But also, it doesn't have to be. It really does not have to be. And if you can believe that you don't have to work 10 times as hard, I guarantee you don't have to work 10 times as hard. But because that's what we've been conditioned to think, that's our reality. And then the opposite of that is for the white folks. White men especially, they don't have to work 10 times as hard because they have white privilege, right? And I hate to put white privilege in quotations, because white privilege exists, but it only exists because these motherfuckers think they have white privilege. They have this belief that they have white privilege, and not only have they been conditioned to believe that they have privilege just solely on being white, we also have that conditioning. So not only are they getting themselves to believe it and making that reality, we're helping create that reality for them, because we're also telling them, you're white, so you have privilege, and I'm black, I have to struggle. That's bullshit. It's a mindset thing. And in hindsight, I can see people being like, it's not that simple, but it is that simple. Whether people realize that or not, it is that simple. But years and centuries worth of conditioning can create the reality where we have to work 10 times as hard, and white people have privilege. That's why they can get anywhere in life easily, because they believe they can, and they have been conditioned to believe that's their reality, hence why that's their reality. And people feel like it's so woo-woo that, oh, your mind, your inner world is your outer world. That's not, nigga, that's real. And that's why we continue to see the same shit, because the shit that they pour into us, the struggle that they pour into us, the pain that they pour into us, the racism that they pour into us is conditioning our minds, literally. And not only are they mentally and psychologically and spiritually conditioning us, they're doing it in our physical reality, the hood, quote unquote. They forced us into these places. You know what the hood is. We're forced into these places, and then we're surrounded by bullshit. I don't know if you catching what I'm putting down. I'm going to make like a really in-depth video of some of the channels that my ancestors have given me. But yeah, the only reason we would have to work 10 times as hard as black people, this is just an example, is because we believe we do. And because that's also the reality that we see, because that's what we've gotten ourselves to believe, you're also going to have a hard time not believing that. And you're also going to be resistant when someone is telling you that you don't have to work 10 times as hard. But it's still true. But also, unfortunately, we have been made to feel honorable about our struggle. And that's also a part of the conditioning. They've made us feel honorable because we've struggled for shit, or we've had to struggle, or because of the shit that our people have gone through, and we've prevailed a lot. They're making our struggle and all of this shit seem honorable, which is why sometimes we get defensive when someone tells you that actually that's not true. It doesn't have to be. Y'all, I have so much to say. I literally have so much to say. Let me find something in my journal real quick. Okay, it's recording. I found it. I don't know if this is all of it, but y'all know how I am with my notes. So here we go. And this may piss some people off, and that's okay. It says they have white privilege, and I put in all caps. Well, I put they have white privilege. ... privilege. Done convinced us they get inherent privileges, and we get inherent struggle. It's true because they've gotten our realities to reflect that due to the programming of our subconscious. Basically, this is what they've told us. This is what they've gotten us to believe, and this is why it is what it is. It'll piss people off, but the only way to get rid of white privilege is to stop saying they have white privilege. Okay, it's the only way to get rid of white privilege is to stop saying they have privilege due to their whiteness. We have to stop saying we inherently struggle because of our blackness. It unfortunately has reigned true because that's what we've been conditioned to think. But in order to dismantle it, you have to stop feeding it. They make so many. Okay, that is not related, but pretty much that's what I'm saying. 1 second, let me see if I have more. Okay. I don't feel like looking more, but I do have something else to say. My ancestors yesterday were getting me to like solidify this vibrational thing when it comes to protection, right? And in a spiritual sense, protection is a really big thing. Knowing how to protect yourself and just knowing how to have, things, spiritual wards, herbs, and different things you can do for protection. And I saw a video the other day, probably a week or so ago, that said the belief that you need protection invites attack, right? And at first I was just like, but no, like you should still protect yourself. Like there are certain things that, and I'm talking about in a spiritual sense, not in like a real life, you know what I'm saying? Like it's real life, but I'm talking spiritually. And yeah. Anyways, yesterday my ancestors were getting me to gain a new perspective on protection. And a few days prior, I had made this revelation that, not revelation, but I had a perspective switch where what I thought was eating, and it wasn't necessarily wrong, but my wording was just a little off, and it was the idea that I am protection. So I wrote that, gotta find it. Is it even in this journal? Basically, it's not in this journal. But I was writing that I am protection, and I am protection against all of these things, right? And it's like, in hindsight, that may sound like, the way to go, but not necessarily, because saying that you are protection means that you are the armor, and it would mean I would be getting my ass beat, but you know what I mean. And they just helped me have a perspective shift that is just like, no, you are protected, period. So I am protected, period. There's nothing more that I'd have to say. My existence is protected, right? And so when they told me that, and I came back a few days later, and I was like, okay, well, if my existence in itself is protected, what the hell do I have to protect myself for, right? Why do I have to protect myself if I'm protected? If I am protected, if my existence is protected, there would be no reason for me to protect myself, right? So they had me sit with that, and I'm just like, yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. And then finally it clicked. It was just like, yeah, you are protected. You don't have to protect yourself because your existence is protected. What is there to protect? You're good. So I ended up writing this little thing, and it says, bitch, can't nobody touch me. Can't nobody fuck with me. My energy is so anchored in truth. Anything that does not align with it can't even reach me, can't even see me, can't even touch me, can't even stop me, can't even silence me. I already won. I remember now. I'm sovereign on a vibrational level. I am sovereign. So my reality has no choice but to follow. My truth, our truth, makes danger, interference, malice, etc. impossible. I am so safe, so safe. Nothing threatens me because nothing can. My very being is protected. My very being is sovereign. My very being is truth. My very being makes the impossible possible. That probably was not the best wording. Anyways, my very being is peace. My very being is untouchable. I am untouchable. No matter what, I am untouchable. No matter what, in all caps. You can't touch me no matter what state I'm in. Fear, doubt, hate, anger, lust. You still couldn't touch me. And you want to know, oh yeah. And you want to know one of the best parts about remembering this? Now my lineage, my loved ones, my ancestors all benefit just from me remembering. They all are now untouchable simply because I remembered. And that's not to say they were. No, that is to say, because my ancestors this is what they told me. That's what I forgot to say. They told me, if you know you're untouchable, can't nobody touch you. If you can remember that you're untouchable, can't nobody touch you, right? It's a mindset thing. And they also explain that the reason people can be touched, if you get what I mean, that doesn't sound right. Like, the reason that people can get in your way is because you have a belief that people can get in your way. If you have a little inch of something that says this is possible, then if you're not inviting it in, but there's room for it to come in. And it helped me see the spiritual warfare that I would get into with spirit sometimes. And I wouldn't say spiritual warfare, but this is a part of the spiritual warfare. It's just remembering that, bitch, I actually don't have to be in war with you at all, because you don't have to exist in my world. Simple as that. Like, and I was tugging with that because I'm like, no, this is not possible. Like, you have to be protected. Like, in the world that we live in, especially spiritually, and knowing how much I know now, I have to be protected. But I don't. And that's the gag. I actually don't, because now that I remember that I'm untouchable, bitch, you can't touch me. You can't. And it's the same thing. That's why I was saying it, because it relates to the way that we've been conditioned as black people, nigga. If they've gotten us to believe that we inherently struggle because we're black, what the hell do you think? Like, can you see what I'm putting down? Hold on. I don't know if I can find it, but in hindsight, to put it simply, if you know who you are, can't nobody tell you who the hell you are, right? If you know who you are, can't nobody tell you who you are. And if somebody know you better than you know yourself, they can tell you exactly who you are, and that'll be your reality. But if can't nobody tell you who you are, bitch, you can't. You ain't got no say so in the bitch that I am. You ain't got no say so in the life that I live. You ain't got no say so in the way that my life plays out, because I know who I am. There's something that I want to say that I can't fully articulate right now. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna have to like make a script and write it, do another video. But yeah, that's pretty much what I just felt called to talk about right now, because I just see a lot of my people just I'm just so adamant about helping my people, period, especially black women. And a lot of the way that we have lived our lives just doesn't have to be, period, doesn't have to be like that. But your mindset and what you tell yourself truly is a really, really big part in the way that your life plays out. And I just actually posted a video on TikTok because I saw a guy, he was saying how it was like a little joke, but it was a little bit of reality, and he was just basically saying how evil people always prosper, and how he's just watching evil people prosper while he sits and waits on the universe to reward him for being a good person. And the reality is, sorry, that's that video. And the reality is that the universe, God, nothing is coming to save you, like, at all. Nothing. And there's nothing that needs to be proven about what there's nothing that you have to prove yourself worthy of. If evil people can prosper and also not be knocked off their high fucking horse, because as much as people want to say, oh, karma this, karma that, nigga, there are evil people who are evil from a generational lineage of evil bitches, and they're all still able to be evil as fuck and still continue to build generational wealth and be prosperous. But anyways, what I said is that evil people prosper because they have the audacity to believe they deserve a prosperous Evil people prosper because they have the audacity to believe they deserve a prosperous life regardless of who they are. They have an innate sense of worthiness, which is why they're getting what they want and continue to build upon it. It'd even be a lie to say they'll eventually fall, because there are so many evil people who don't. Nothing is coming to reward you or save you except yourself. You literally have nothing to prove, and those evil people are your proof. Have some audacity about the life you know you deserve. Inner world equals outer world. And in the caption I put, your mental plays a huge role in the changes you're able to make. Don't let life whoop your ass. It's literally yours. And yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow, but it's easy to point fingers. Like, it's very easy to be like, this, that, I don't know, but it's very easy to blame someone else and not look in the mirror and actually make the changes that you can make. And also, it's not fully everyone's fault. Like, it is, but it isn't, because we've been conditioned. So it's our responsibility to decondition ourselves so we can move on with our lives. Like, but the thing is that they want us stuck. They want us stuck in these mental battles, because that's what really keeps people stuck. It's not really life itself. It's that mental battle that you got going on, and that's how they get us. Like, it's easy for them to get us because they've already gotten us mentally. And it's so, y'all, when I say they did their big one, they did their big one because this is generational, centuries and lifetimes worth of conditioning that they've done to our people. Because I'm talking to my people, you know what I'm saying? No shade to anybody else, but I'm talking to black people. Now, people of color may be able to relate too, but I'm mainly talking to my people. But yeah, it's something else that I want to if you want something different, choose it. You're not bound to circumstances. Yes, depending on said circumstances, it may not be super simple, but you still have a choice, big or small, to choose differently, and therefore be different and have different circumstances. If you're going to complain about something and play the blame game, you can handle being told that you're enabling whatever it is you're experiencing once you fully realize you're experiencing it. Loving yourself should be innate. There's nothing that you should have to do to love yourself except just allowing yourself to love yourself. Forcing you to see yourself, that's the left hand. Okay, anyways, that's something completely different. I'm looking for something else. I forgot my AC was on. I really hope it's not loud in the video. Oh my god, I don't know if this is it, but this is a really good one. Y'all, I have so much in my notes, but it says okay, they've weaponized our own minds against us, specifically our connection to spirit and divinity. We quite literally can put ourselves in psychosis for them. They've been doing witchcraft. That's a whole nother conversation. They've been doing witchcraft on us for lifetimes, literal lifetimes. They've conditioned entire civilizations that everything don't. I'm not gonna say that. I'll say that later. I'll say it anyway. They've conditioned us that entire civilizations that everything. They've conditioned entire civilizations that everything don't come from us. We make it seem like everything came from us because it did, but that's another conversation. One second. So I think I'm just gonna end it here because I have so many notes that I just cannot go through all of them right now. But that's essentially what I wanted to talk about today, and hopefully I will have more. Let me stop saying hopefully. I know I have more. I just have to go through literally all my shit. But I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.